So it is Spooktober, and we have found another horror game to try and fit within the theme of this month. Now, I'm quite glad to see some of these pop out. This was another one made in 72 hours for the Ludum Dare, number 58, the Collector Day Jam. I haven't looked at it to see what it's all about. I'm just here for the horror games, but I do recommend going and giving it a look. These game jams are actually quite a remarkable entity for generating creativity and the production of lovely indie games, and possibly games that will grow even further. I always have that hope. So this is called Nightfall, and the basic idea is that you are some kind of godlike entity who has become old and reduced, and you are now contained within this heart from which you can spit out a little minion to do your bidding, and you're in this kind of creepy supernatural-esque forest, and your minion has to go into the forest, find 6 entities and bring them back, and then collect these horribly gluttonous resources and bring those back, and with those you can either upgrade yourself, or you need 10 of them to plus the 6 souls to recharge, to reforge, to become your old powerful self again. And that's the basic idea of the game. It's some good lore, it's some very interesting. Anyway, we should jump into this game and have a look at how the game plays. Link will be in the description, and then we'll talk about some critique afterwards. So if you are here for the gameplay, we will jump into that now. And just to ask early, don't forget to like and or comment and or subscribe, because I know you guys looking at the gameplay tend to leave a little bit early, and it damages the engagement with the videos. So if you sink some comments and likes and so on into it, you can repair the damage by departing early, and you can train the YouTube algorithm into showing you more videos about gaming, and especially indie games. And we all want a well-trained YouTube algorithm, so it will benefit both you and me. And then there'll be some critique afterwards, so if you're into game design and that kind of thing, stick around for the critique. You might see some insights from my perspective that might be helpful to your perspective. That's kind of what we do around here. Anyway, enough jabbering, let's jump in. And it's a good go.game. I have tried it in Firefox. It worked perfectly fine in Firefox. We are now trying it in Chrome. I do like go.games. Some really good stuff comes out of this engine. I'm a big fan. Let us maximize the screen. All memory of me has rotted. Time gnaws at my husk, stripping me bare. I may not vanish yet. I'll make them remember. 6 souls shall bind me, their warmth shall fill my hollow veins. Through their essence I will rise, and they will know their God has returned. And thus we introduce ourselves. And we pop out of the heart that is us, and we are this little figure. And we can pick up this thing that has fallen. It is apparently a clot, which is gross, but fine. And we can bring it back, and we have one collected. And then we go, what do we do now? But there is only one way out. We're on this little island, or I suppose coastline, surrounded by swamp and these creepy dead trees. And we can run down a bit, and then we meet a figure. Now, the moment we move away from the heart, we start losing energy. Every time we move or swing a weapon or something, we lose energy if we are way away from where the heart exists. But here we have found an entity that we can talk to. So we press space to talk to them. And this is this weird figure wearing this weird mask, and we are this kind of creepy little entity. And this person seems to be fine with the way that we look. So they say, "You there, be swift, take my axe. Strike that bloody tree to splinters. Its whispering makes my blood run cold." So we can take the axe. I don't know what happens if we just ignore this figure. But we take the axe, and we go over, and we start left clicking to strike the creepy tree. He encourages us. And it does. And we've lost some energy. And we can pick up one of the clots, and we can talk to him. And he says, "There, quiet at last." He steadies himself and looks at you properly for the first time. Such a thin vessel you are, I could crush you without trying. He laughs, low and ragged, then softens with a strange practicality. But I will not. You seem useful for now. Take my axe. It has begun to bite back when I swing it. It serves me no more. And he trundles off to join us, and we can bring our blob back. And the heart, which is us, says, come closer, inspect the growths. And we can look at the growths. And we can see that we can gather souls to unlock more growths and spend clots on growths. And this is our overall goal, is to rebuild our godlike shell fully, gather 6 souls here and pay 10. So we have 1 soul. And he will sell us an upgrade, which is to improve the swing where we swing our axe. And it costs 2. Unfortunately, we have 2 to spend. So we will buy those 2. And then we will run down. And we will fetch another growth. And we will bring it back. Place it. If we have a look at the growths, we will see he will give us a sharper axe for 3 of the clots, but we only have 1. So we need to find more clots. So if we hack our way through here, we can open a bit more of the landscape. That didn't really help us very much. What if we hack through a little lower down? Yes, there is a method to my madness. There we go. Now what happened is when we run out of energy, we sort of explode. And then the new day starts. And now we have the difficult part of this game, because we get popped out, and then these things attack, and we have to beat them back. Fortunately, this first one is easy, but it does get harder and harder. And if they get to the heart, they damage it, it starts turning black. And we don't like that. So yeah, that gets harder and harder, and we struggle more and more and more as we do that. But let us run down to the things that we found, which is over here. There is our little dead body over there. We have found some clots that we can pick up and run back with. I think we needed 3 for our next upgrade. So this will fortunately give us the 3 that we need. There's another tree over there. I like the look of that. Let us buy the 3, and then he won't give us anything more. So we need to find more souls, to find more upgrades. But we can hack through here. We can pass this tree, I think. We don't need it just yet. And we can find this figure. Who says to us, "Oh darling, don't hide. You still reek of that clot. Such a gift. Bring me one, please. I need it to grow, to be whole again." She smiles with odd warmth as she prepares a proposal. "Let me bear your burdens. I'll carry your clots for you, though I may take a small taste to mend my bones." And we can accept that, because why not? "Wonderful. A friendly advice before we part. Do not go into the high grass. It will hold you and keep you. I went once, paying dearly." I'll await the gift you promised. So we want to pick up a clot. And we can talk to this person. "Oh, sweet one, you brought it, didn't you? Let me see. Oh, how wonderful. Hand it here, quickly now, before it wilts." Her hands twitch, eyes wide with craving. Hand over the clot. She clearly tries to restrain herself at first, but quickly devolves into devouring the clot like an animal. Yes, just as I imagined. Delicious. I can already feel its strength pulsing in my bones. I think she grew tentacles. I told you, didn't I? I'll carry your clutch from now on. You shouldn't strain yourself. I'll await the gifts you promised. So she will run off and bring the clot for us back up to the heart, and we should see the count go up. There we go, and she's brought it there, and we now have 2 souls by the heart, and we exploded. Lack of energy. So day 3, and I think we will stop at day 3 because we have shown the gameplay. There are interesting entities around to discover, and we have another selection of hearts to sort out. Selection of attackers to sort out. Some of whom managed to get through, and that is quite terrible. We don't like it when they get through, but this new person will give us upgrades and increase our speed. So yeah, so anyway, that is the gameplay, and that is all I'm going to show. And now we're going to talk a little bit about the critique. So if you are just here for the gameplay, thank you for watching. I hope to see you in the next video. Please don't forget to like and comment and subscribe, as I said in the beginning, because that is good for both of us, and I would appreciate it greatly. If, however, you are just here for the critique, well, not just here for the critique, but also here for the critique, let's see. First of all, the UI. Let's hit some escape. We don't have a menu that we can get up to, I don't think. So there is no way to manage sounds or anything like that. Is there another button for the menu? No, it doesn't look like it. Let's try pressing tab, number keys. Those are weapons and things like that. Yeah, so we don't have any quality of life controls or anything like that. It doesn't look like. Which is a little sad, but is the nature of things. If we reload and go back to the main menu, click run game. We just have the intro sequence, and there, yeah, so nothing like that. No quality of life, no saving, no anything along those lines. And that is the nature of it. No pausing, but I suppose it kind of auto pauses. If you don't move, there is no progression. The sounds are excellent. I like the heartbeat as you get close to the heart. The squelching is a little bit unpleasant, but certainly appropriate. The raggedy music, the noises of hitting things with the axe, it all is very well. I could do with bassier sounds while we're using the axe, but that's kind of my thing. I like lots of bass and sounds. I feel that it drives the dopamine from hearing the sounds just a little bit more. It just makes the game a little bit more interesting. So I do recommend going a bit bassier than you think. And for example here, I think I would like it if the heartbeat was a little bit louder and the squelching was a little bit quieter. That would be my balance changes, just for my opinion. So I mean, take that as a grain of salt. But other than that, full marks for the sound, full marks for the art as well. I think I can tell what's going on. It looks good. These trees are exquisite. Yeah, no, the game is very, very good that way. Does this actually go anywhere? Oh, we haven't unlocked the axe yet. Anyway, yeah, no, I recommend this game closely just in terms of the art. I think it looks fantastic. I think the characters are interesting. I think it's a good use of pixel art for the characters, for the heart, for the environments. Very, very well done. Yeah, full marks for the art as well. This game is a good-looking game for its horror theme. Then we have the gameplay. I like it. I think it is clever. I like the fact that we have to pick up the things and use them. The only thing I have a problem with is the attack of the black blobs at the start of every morning, because it gets very difficult very quickly. And I don't know if just me and my lack of coords that struggle with that, or if it is that the game is deliberately hard. But it was quite a quick game over. I felt I was doing everything right with the people that I found, and the lumps that I brought back, and things, and the upgrades that I got. I don't know why it suddenly goes quiet there. Because it restarted. Yeah, for some reason the sound ends at that point, and then you have to kind of re-trigger it to loop it again. I like the sounds of the crows. That's very good. So yeah, so I would make the black blobs either a little bit easier or have some kind of expand on it maybe more. I did find one character that sort of said they were, I think, a healer or something like that, and I died before I could bring them back, but I don't know if they help heal the heart or fight off the blobs. All of the other souls I'd picked up so far just ran away when they attacked, so they were no help. I get that you kind of want the consequence, the difficulty, the gameplay element of the blobs attacking, but I mean, this is more of a narrative game to me, so I don't know if they're quite appropriate in their level of difficulty, or if I'm just being a useless idiot. Feel free to tell me in the comments below if you feel I am in fact a useless idiot, because that will amuse me greatly, and I will still like hearing from you. So yeah, please tell me. But yeah, that's the only issue I have with the gameplay. Otherwise, I find this very, very interesting, very enthralling. Which brings us to the final critique, really, which is the immersion element. The game is very immersive. I would like more surrounding lore. Bearing in mind this game was made in 72 hours for Ludum Dare, so it is a game jam game with a very restrictive set of time and sound effects and that kind of thing. So with that kind of thing, lore always falls aside, quite reasonably so. So kind of post game jam, I would like to see the lore of this fleshed out a bit more. I would love to see more of an intro telling us who we are and things like that. Although for a game that you restart quite a bit, I think if you fail because of the level of difficulty, maybe don't force the lore into the player's face. Don't make them go and find it. Just have it there for those of us who wish to look for it. And that's quite important. Your games always want more lore, but there must always be an obvious option. Make it obvious that there is something that you can look at, that you can go and get information from, but don't make it part of the game mechanics that they have to go and get that information. You have to have that balance of here is depth, but if you're just here for the gameplay, you don't need to go for it, because you want to make allowances for a wide range of gamers and their desires. So you have lore nerds like me who want to know what's going on. You have other people who are just here for the game mechanics, and you want both of them. They're both equally valid gamers. Pander to them both. Make allowances for them both as much as you can, and that's how your game then appeals to a broader audience. And will hopefully do better and be a better game for it. That's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to make better games so that we can compete with the AAA game companies. We don't want those guys to forge on alone, because they already are taking advantage. Indie games are our shield against, lots of things really in modern society, but AAA games is a good starting point to do battle against, and that is the flag I march behind. And so we're talking about immersion, and that's what immersion does in the game. Is it gives the player a flag to join up with, a cause to celebrate, and a meaning to get deeper into the game. And you need to provide that. And at the moment, this is a little thin. We know the story. We are the homunculus of this god's heart, fading old god's heart, trying to resurrect itself. And that's something, but do we care? Do we know about the god? Do we know about this terrain? Do we know why we are in this creepy realm? No, not really. And it would be nice to be confronted with a bit more lore here in the game, not on the itch.io page. All of this stuff should be in some way represented in the game. Your players should never need to go to the itch.io page to find information that about the gameplay, about the game mechanics. There should be a duplicate. This information here, it should be extra. All of this should be in the game. I should be able to just go to the game and immediately, very quickly learn what the game is about and how to play it from within the game itself. And tutorials are important. We've spoken about tutorials in other videos. I'm not going to go through that here. Just say consider a tutorial for your players. I think the game is pretty good in the way it gives you the first heart. The first clot tells you to take the first clot back to the heart. Well, I don't think it did. It sort of did, but in kind of in-game mechanism, in-game method. And then this person gave you the axe. But what happens if you reject the axe? It just stays there until you. I can't hack him. So it kind of forces you into the mechanism, and you get the instructions, and the tree does look different enough. So I suppose it's tutorial-like enough to get most people going okay, but you could work on it a little bit more. So I'd like to see a bit more lore, a bit more immersion stuff, a bit more expansion in the game universe. I'd like to see this game get bigger, because it is a rather well-themed, well-put-together little horror-esque game. And I want to see more of it. I want to play more of it. And that's it from me. This is my little showcase. Link is in the description. Please come and play the game. Please come and give the devs some spooky Spooktober love. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.